This month for Agony Autie, we're looking at sensory processing integration, or what is currently known as sensory processing disorder, and autism and autistic experiences. And I thought I would tell you a little bit about a word I made up called CANICOO. When I was a little girl with my sister, that's me, I made up a word called CANICOO. So CANICOO for me is a collection of sounds, sayings, words, or even gestures which I find to be offensive, repulsive, corny, cheesy, all wrapped into one. And it's not just awkwardness, it gives me, I have a physical reaction, a repulsion to some of these words and sayings. So I'll share a few of them with you. You're gonna think I'm so strange. Here's some of the ones that my mum would do, okay? Just gonna put the buffet out. Put a selection of meat and nibbles. I can't. Nibbles. The worst was when Marks and Spencer did those adverts. When they went, "This is not just any finest loaf of bread." And I was like, oh God, this is going to be bad. Don't do it. This is going to be bad. And they did it. They went there with the CANICOO-ness. They went there full time. They went,
"This is not just a chicken. This is a farm-assured, naturally fed, extra succulent oakum chicken. This is not just broccoli. These are hand-picked spears of young, tender stem broccoli. These are not just potatoes. These are pan-shaken, ready to roast, extra crispy King Edward potatoes."
oh, it gives me goosebumps. Oh, it was a wonderful evening, wasn't it? It was just like a slice of heaven itself. So growing up, you can imagine growing up in having conversations with people. If I'm there going, and oh, that's CANICOO, and oh my God, that is so CANICOO. You can imagine. It's only really now that I realise that must come across as quite rude, but I'm having a reaction to what you're saying. So gross. Oh. So anyone who personally knows me will be familiar with me saying, that's CANICOO. First of all, I'm not talking about sound sensitivity in terms of a sound being too loud or a sound being too quiet, where you can turn or shut your auditory processing off. I'm talking about having a physical reaction to the way that a word or sound sounds. So if you know what this is, I've called it CANICOO because I've never known what it is all my life. If this actually has a thing, then let me know. If you do it as well, let me know. One sound that I don't like by association that I used to like was trickling water. I used to like trickling water, but trickling water, as you can imagine, is in loads of CANICOO adverts about spa days, you know, like in resting and like
Rejuvenate. Renew.
So now whenever I hear trickling water, I'm just like, floating in a river of blood. To be honest, this plays into my food aversions as well. Like sensory processing, I'm focusing just on sound, but sound, if you don't like sound, it can impact the way that you then see the food. So if I don't like the sound of the word meat, feet's another one, I hate it. And then therefore I hate feet, now I hate meat. Yeah. But look, now I just realised, oh, my sound sensitivities are probably affecting my interpretation of food. And you learn by association. Pavlov's dogs with ABA, that's why so many people don't like the A, pure ABA that is. But Pavlov's dogs, they learned by association. Every single time the bell went ding, they knew a piece of food was coming their way. They were like, yum. I can do a really good woof. Ready? Ready? No, let me do it again. So basically, to kind of counterbalance the sounds that I don't like, I do love to immerse myself in music. This is the kind of thing I can just completely just... It gives me an actual physical... My heart, like, in my chest, it makes me happy. And I can, like, be listening to it on the train. I love listening to music on transport. And then I have the CANICOO reaction to music as well. So I'm so sorry if you're a Katy Perry fan, and I'm so sorry, Katy Perry, it's nothing against you personally, but when you say the literal about how you're like a tiger, and they're gonna hear you roar, So, you know, obviously it's personal preference. Loads of people for these reasons think I'm very strange. But I am making sense of it. So that is why you might come across some autistic people. Quite a lot of kids do it. I don't do it as much now. I used to do it a lot, all the time. I'll do it alone in private. I will rewind bit and watch the same bit again and again and again. The same little, and it can be a word, it can be a sentence, it could be a word, it could be a part of a music, it could be a tiny element of a music, and you can go back and rewind it and play it over and over and over and over and over and over. Get the point? A lot of autistic people do this, and it amuses me when I see people being like, oh, they're so stuck within their own world, and you know, oh gosh, this behaviour, so abnormal. It means abnormal behaviour, repetitive, abnormal behaviour. When actually, I've managed, or your autistic has managed to grab, pinpoint the sound. A sound that they like so much you can listen to it again. And I didn't realise that not everybody gets this amount of gratification or happiness through sounds. Yeah, I hope that explains a little bit about how sound, auditory processing can not just be about something being loud or too quiet. It can actually be the way that we physically react and interpret that sound. And I know there are people that hear sound and will see a colour, or I think that's called synesthesia. And I know there are also people who maybe will hear a sound and then taste. So they hear a word and then they'll taste something in their mouth. You know, so sensory processing it's not taste, sound, sight, all in a little box. They all interlink, they all go over, and that is what I do talk about in our upcoming video essay. That's the more educational ones, which Liam is currently editing away on now. And for that vlog that we're doing, we want you guys to share your story, because I can't go on about me going on about squishing and CANICOO. It's, you know, it's not representative of the autistic community, and I want to share my little platform. So if you're autistic and you experience sensory processing integration difficulties or whatever, have a think about it, because I didn't realise that CANICOO was part of my sensory processing until this year, until this week. I think even until today.